Welcome to Dreamy Tales, your bedtime haven. Prepare to embark on a journey of tranquility and relaxation. I'm here to weave enchanting stories that will gently guide you into a restful night's sleep. Subscribe and let the soothing whispers of Dreamy Tales be your nightly companion. A Froggie's Magical Quest in Enchantia. Chapter 1. A Froggie Friend in Need. The morning sun rises brightly over the misty treetops of Enchantia's enchanted grove. Wilbur the wizard frog gazes out his cocoon-shaped home, performing his daily stretches as the dew glistens on emerald leaves. "Ribbit, there's magic in the air today," he croaks cheerfully. Wilbur loves this magical forest and all its quirky inhabitants. As the woodland's self-appointed protector, it's his joy to help any way he can using his wondrous spells. Suddenly, scurrying sounds come rushing through the brush. Wilbur peeks out to see a pack of panicked squirrels, their bushy tails twitching more than usual. "Oh, Wilbur, something dreadful is happening," cries their leader, Scruffy. Wilbur hops over, concerned. "Whatever is the matter, my furry friends?" Scruffy explains how an ominous shadow now looms over parts of the grove, casting in gloom that scares the smaller critters and makes bird songs falter. Wilbur is determined to investigate at once. As he packs his favorite wand and spellbook, his woodland pals gather round the cozy cocoon. "Be brave, brave Wilbur, have no fear," trills a family of songbirds. "With your magic and heart so sincere, you'll lift this shadow away, hooray!" The other animals join in, waving pine cone rattles and tapping acorn drums in rhythm. Wilbur's pink skin flushes violet, always bashful yet bolstered by their support. Once prepared, he hops onto Scruffy's back for the journey. "Onwards, my squirrely steed. To the scene of this mystery, make haste with speed." Scruffy chuckles, but happily complies, zooming nimbly through the forest paths. Before long, they arrive at the shadow's location, and Wilbur gasps. A thick, murky cloud now blankets the grass and bushes, draining their colors. Nearby critters shiver in its gloom, eyes downcast. Wilbur steadies his nerves, remembering the songs of his friends. He'll need all his wits and wiles to solve this foreboding predicament. But as protector of Enchantia, Wilbur is ready to try. Chapter 2. Mystical Meetings in the Grove. Braving into the darkness, Wilbur felt a tingle of the unknown. "Ribbit, I must keep my hopes bright," he croaked. The shadows thickened, yet his friend's song echoed strong. Suddenly, a rustle. Before them hopped a plump puka, its gray fur puffed. "Welcome, curious frog. Solve my riddle if you'd like to proceed." Wilbur thought hard. What gets wetter the more it dries? The puka snorted. "A towel well done. Here, take my clue. Follow the glow of the eastern glow lights." It bounced off into the brush. Wilbur smiled. "Glow lights, what a perfect guide. Come, Scruffy, this way through the dim glade." The forest grew stranger the deeper they went. Eerie squeaks and mysterious shimmers emerged from the shadows. Then, twinkling lights appeared ahead, a family of tiny glowworms illuminating a mossy clearing. Beside them danced the shy forest sprites. When spotting Wilbur, they fluttered overexcitedly. "Oh, hello. We love meeting new friends," one said, her filmy dress aglow. Wilbur complimented their dances and asked kindly for help. The sprites smiled, passing their clue. "Seek the scratching tree for answers you need." Just then, a strange rumble shook the ground. Rising from behind the trees, a colossal shadow blocked out the sky. The glowworm's light couldn't pierce its form, and the sprites shrieked in fright, fleeing into the bushes. Wilbur froze, clutching his riddle clues. What new evil was this? He must be brave like his song said, for the forest's sake and all the lives therein. Stealing his magic, Wilbur took a deep breath and boldly stepped forward into the gloom. Chapter 3. Secrets in the Shadows. The shadow loomed over Wilbur, blotting out all light. His glow spell flickered weak to no effect. With a shuddering breath, Wilbur called out, "Who goes there? Show yourself." A low grumble answered. From within the shadow stepped a towering Trent, its bark-like skin gnarled and miserable. "Begone, puny Froggie. Can't you see I'm troubled here?" Wilbur noticed the Trent frantically scratching its mossy back against a stump. He croaked gently, "Perhaps I can help, good tree spirit. What ails you so?" The Trent harumphed. "An itchy spot I can't reach. Been there for seasons." Still, it scratched relentlessly. Wilbur smiled. "If you lend me your aid in return, I'll soothe that spot straight away." Though distrustful, the Trent agreed. It leaned down for Wilbur, who nimbly climbed its bark and peeked behind through leaves. There, between knobs of wood, burrowed a family of sap-eating worms. Wilbur performed a spell, summoning lapping breeze to flush the worms out. They wriggled free, while the Trent gave a blissful shudder. "Ah, relief at last. You have my thanks, little frog." It produced a rolled paper from its trunk. "Follow the south path till you come upon 6 twisted sycamores, one alive with spirits." Wilbur tucked away the clue and bade the Trent goodbye. The path wound deeper into a ghastly forest of contorted trees looming on either side. Their gnarled limbs twisted together ominously overhead, blocking all light. An eerie hush hung in the air. Suddenly, the trees began shaking and groaning as if in pain. Their bark peeled away to reveal not wood, but faces, hundreds of ghastly faces fixing their hollow eyes on Wilbur. He froze as the faces opened lipless mouths and wailed a ghostly dirge. This dark magic had clearly cursed these trees. Wilbur knew he must act fast to break the spell before it spread. Thinking quick, he played a lively jig on his panpipes to lift the spirits. The tree faces blinked, momentarily soothed, allowing Wilbur to flash his glow spell directly at their heartswood. The magic lifted. The trees rumbled content as normal forest sentinels once more. Heart racing, Wilbur leaned against one huge trunk, exhausted yet relieved. His quest had taken a frightening turn, but the forest was safer for his persistence. Chapter 4. The Magical Showdown. With clues gathered, Wilbur pieced together the sorcerer's lair lay deeper still. He braced himself as the woods grew black as pitch. Suddenly, ghostly singing echoed, a chorus begging Wilbur to join their hopeless march. Resisting their spell, he recognized an illusion meant to mislead. Shielding his eyes, Wilbur focused inward on his brave friend's song. Its light guided him true past the phantoms. At last a clearing emerged, its center alive with dancing shadows and eerie cackles. Stepping within, Wilbur steeled his nerves and called out, "Dark sorcerer, I know you're here. Face me and end this night." Laughter echoed all around as the shadows swirled into a towering form. "Greeting, little frog. You sought me out and now your magic ends here." From its hands burst a volley of smoking curses, too quick to deflect. Wilbur scrambled amid explosions of noxious potions. "Think again, fiend. Your tricks won't prevail against hope and heart." With a flick, he redirected the curses onto floating crystals lining the clearing, reflecting them back tenfold upon the sorcerer. It howled, forced to conjure a protective shield with haste. Now it was Wilbur's turn. Channeling the magic of his forest friends, he bounced rays of rainbow light off the crystals, raining down a shower of warmth and mirth upon the shadows. The darkness retreated shrieking, unable to withstand such joy. Weary yet triumphant, Wilbur faced the sorcerer cornered and cowering. "No more will you hurt my home." With a wave, binding roots sprouted and imprisoned it permanently in the earth. The forest rang with a chorus of relieved sighs as dawn broke rosy and new. Wilbur's work was done, and he smiled, knowing together their magic would always protect Enchantia from harm. With Scruffy's help, he began the weary yet joyous journey home. Chapter 5. Enchantia is saved. By afternoon, Wilbur arrived exhausted but victorious at the enchanted grove. The shadow had fully lifted, bathing the forest in warm sun. As Scruffy raced ahead to spread the news, Wilbur rested beneath a willow tree with a contented croak. Soon, cheers and applause echoed through the trees as all the woodland creatures converged for a grand celebration. The songbirds flew overhead, singing Wilbur's praises, while squirrels and chipmunks offered acorn buntings for his hat. A parade of tiny glowworms and sprites gifted Wilbur a sparkling cloak woven from gossamer and pollen fibers. "For our brave hero," they chorused. Even the usually grumpy Trents had brought mushroom wreaths. At the festivity's heart, the animals crowded around Wilbur in joy and relief. "Oh, thank you. Thank you for saving us and ridding the darkness," said Scruffy, nuzzling Wilbur's cheek. "The frog's steady protector, you are." Wilbur blushed violet under such affection. "My dear friends, I only did what any would to keep our home bright," he croaked modestly. "Together, our forest magic will always triumph over fear and evil." Just then, a rustle came from the trees above. The animals glanced up in surprise as golden lights emerged, coalescing into radiant fairies, fluttering down to Wilbur on gossamer wings. "Greetings, brave hero," said their Queen Tiana. "For defeating the sorcerer and restoring peace to Enchantia, we bestow upon you this gift." At her wave, a shimmering thread of fairy dust wrapped around Wilbur, blessing him with glimmering stardust spots and gossamer membrane between each toe. Wilbur blinked in wonder, experiencing the joy of flight for the first time as he lifted into the treetops. Filled with gratitude, he raised his panpipes to play a song of hope and promise for all the magical beings gathered below. "From this day hence, I vow to always protect you and keep our beloved Enchantia filled with light and wonder." The forest rang with cheers long into the sunrise. And so, peace returned once more to the land, watching over by its beloved protector, Wizard Frog Wilbur. The end. As the stars twinkle above, it's time for Dreamy Tales to bid you good night. May the soothing echoes of our stories linger in your dreams, offering you a serene escape. Until we meet again under the moonlit sky, sleep tight and sweet dreams.